I think it's time to party like it's 1986. Is anybody else with me? Let's fucking get in the time machine and let's go back and do my top 5 horror movies from 1986. Let's get this thing rolling, baby. Like I said, welcome back to the channel. Diving into my top 5 horror movies from each year, continuing this time at 1986. And how as 1985 was not a banger year for horror, 1986 on the other hand, there was a ton of good shit that came out. And I am here today to give you my top 5 with 2 honorable mentions from that fantastical year. Just 2 years away from when I came out my mama. Yeah, you guys probably don't care about that, but we're going to dive into this right now. Let me flip over to my list that I made. I got to go old school paper and pencil. Look, a list. Alrighty, Mighty Joe Friday. Here we go. And I'm in the dark, red atmosphere, like I'm coming from the gates of hell. Or should I say, let's get this party started. Alright guys, honorable mentions for me. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Critters. Yes, Critters, starring Dee Wallace, Lin Shaye. Yeah, that Lin Shaye from the Insidious franchise. Dee Wallace from like everything horror related. And Billy Zane, my man, Titanic. Oh my gosh, Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. Yes, that Billy Zane. He got long ass hair, he got like a ponytail. This ain't no bald shaved head Billy Zane. It's crazy shit. We got some alien creatures come down from outer space being hunted by bounty hunters. They're like little ball, fuzzy little fun things until they fucking eat you. And then there's a big one. It's just fucking 80s cheese, baby. PG-13 horror right here. Critters is PG-13, so for being PG-13, it's actually pretty damn good. And if you haven't seen the original Critters, highly recommend going to check that out. It has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, so not fully hated, but not fully loved either, but it's up for you to decide. Another honorable mention for me is Psycho 3. This one was directed by Anthony Perkins, starring Anthony Perkins, of course, reprising his role for the 3rd consecutive time as Norman Bates. I am not a huge fan of the original from 1960. Yes, I appreciate what it did. It is great for that. But it's not my cup of tea. I'm not into those slow burn type of movies. Psycho 3 is more of that slasher version of, the Psycho. So it's definitely right up my alley. And it is a nice, continuation of part 2, which I really enjoyed. So definitely check it out. It has a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes, so not entirely terrible. But those were 2 of my honorable mentions. All right, coming in at number 5, I got Night of the Creeps, directed by Fred Decker, the same guy who directed one of my favorite movies of all time, The Monster Squad. Yes, The Monster Squad. Wolfman's got nards! Yeah! That guy directed Night of the Creeps, starring the amazing and brilliant Tom Atkins, looking sexy and fine as he always does. He got the stash working. He is there spitting his lines over and over. It's amazing. Your dates are here. Bad news is they're dead. What? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. It takes place on like a college campus. We got these little slug things taking over people's bodies, turning them into zombies and shit. It is great. Tom Atkins at his, I don't even know if it's his peak, because Tom Atkins never peaks, because every movie he does is at the top of the mountain. So, I don't know. There's never a bad Tom Atkins movie. I'll give you that. Like, no matter what it is, you're gonna have a good time, because Tom Atkins brings it no matter what. He knows what kind of movies he's in and what his character is like. A womanizer, as usual, smacking that ass, getting some for JJ. That's what Tom Atkins does. Ladies man, he brings it. Night of the Creeps, number 5. Number 4, this was a first time watch for me. The Fly. Oh, by the way, Night of the Creeps had a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, so pretty damn good. The Fly has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, directed by David Cronenberg, and if we know David Cronenberg, his movies are wacky and crazy as shit. But this is no exception. This has got the body horror, This movie is amazing. The special effects, all practical. Honestly, I think these special effects are right up there with The Thing. You know, John Carpenter's The Thing. I think these are pretty close up there. Stars Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. David Cronenberg's in the movie as well as a gynecologist in this movie. Like I said, first time watch, you see the slow descent of Jeff Goldblum's character turning into the Fly after he got into the machine. The Fly happened to be in there, and it couldn't tell they were two separate objects, so it kind of morphed them together. And the transformation is amazing. The kills are brutal, and the effects, like I said, are fantastic. If you have not seen The Fly, go search it out. Give it a watch. I highly recommend. It's definitely surprised me. I didn't think I would enjoy it, but it was badass. I can't get enough. The Fly killing people and the goos and the go watch it. Number 3, I have Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, with a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. This one was directed by our boy Tom McLaughlin. This one knew what it was. This is the cheesy, the campiness. Got the rock soundtrack going in here. We got Alice Cooper. He's the man behind the mask. We got Tom Matthews as Tommy Jarvis. Probably the best performance of Tommy Jarvis in the franchise. You gotta love Tommy Jarvis. He was in Return of the Living Dead, and now he's in this bad boy. He's killing it. He's just a good all-around guy outside of it, and as on a personal level. So he got that going for him. CJ Graham is Jason. You know, not one of my favorite portrayals. He does a good job, good enough job. But this one, this one knew not to take it too seriously. This one was having a good time. It had comedy. The kills were, they're so-so for me. But if I'm going to watch the Friday the 13th franchise, I'm going to marathon these movies. I'm not going to skip Jason Lives. No way. I know a lot of people have this as their favorite. I'm not in that camp, but it's still a great movie. It's a good Friday the 13th movie. We got kids at camp. What we've been waiting for after all of these years. Kids that finally go to, a summer camp where these movies take place. But this one finally did it. And it landed at number 3, so that's a damn good spot for it. Number 2, I got a James Cameron classic, Aliens, the sequel to Alien. This one has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. This shit is straight fire. It's blazing. This one stars Sigourney Weaver, Bill Paxton, and Lance Henriksen, my man, the dad from Pumpkinhead, my man. And also in Scream 3. Since Scream 6 is coming out, I thought I'd throw that out there too. Shoot that fadeaway. Lance Henriksen, the dad of Pumpkinhead. But Aliens is great. Special effects are great. The Xenomorph is fantastic. It's an isolation film. You got nowhere to go. You're up there with the aliens in space. And, you got nowhere to go. This is not like the first one. That was more of like a slow burn. You see the alien, creeping around. This one, no, it's boom, boom, boom. Action. Get away from her, you bitch. I believe the line is stay away from her, you bitch. Oh, Randy from Scream again. Let's go. Oh, but Aliens is fantastic. 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that speaks volumes of how good this film is. But then again, anything James Cameron touches pretty much turns to gold. So you really can't go wrong with this movie if you haven't seen it. I just watched it for the first time about a year ago. Shame on me. Shame, shame, shame. Know your name. But number 1, the lowest scored movie on this list from Rotten Tomatoes with a whopping 15%. And I think you guys are just fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. Oh my God, that's so much nostalgia for me personally. Watched this movie a lot growing up as a kid on VHS. Taped over some birthday parties so I could watch this movie. I'm talking about Maximum Overdrive. I know you guys are like, are you fucking kidding me? Is this guy a fucking idiot? I very may well be. But Maximum Overdrive is the shit for me. Emilio Estevez. We got Pat Hingle, who you may recognize later as Commissioner Gordon in the Batman franchise. And he also starred in Walker, Texas Ranger, the television show, with our man Chuck Norris. But AC/DC soundtrack in this bad boy, amazing. Directed by Stephen King. I'm pretty sure he was high on cocaine the entire time, just like the bear was in Cocaine Bear. That was Stephen King in this movie. He just ate the fucking bricks. He ate the bricks of cocaine and he made this movie. You know, some stuff comes to life while other appliances don't. Makes no fucking sense. All because of the tail of a comet went over the earth or some shit and messed something up. Does it make sense? Fuck no. Are the trucks badass? Yes. The freaking like Green Goblin truck, amazing. I absolutely love this. The Coke, like the vending machine shooting soda cans out at the coach. A kid gets run over by a steamroller in this, and they show it. You cannot go wrong with Maximum Overdrive. 80s cheese at the fullest. The cheese is so cheesy. It's like the pizza's stuck to the box because it's so damn cheesy. You know, that box is grimy and greasy and shit. And it's so cheesy. Been sitting there for weeks. Got all hot and bubbly and steamy and gross. But Maximum Overdrive is a fantastic film. I love it. I hope you guys like it. But please let me know down in the comments section your favorite movies from 1986. This was a banger year because there was a bunch of other movies that didn't make this list that I had a really good time watching. So please, please, please let me know what your favorites are down below. Please click the like on the video and subscribe to this mediocrity if you are new to the channel on the path to 5,000 subscribers. So every subscribe means the world to me. Also, links are below for my Patreon. As you can see under my name, I am accepting patrons. I really do. As low as $2 a month, you can join the Patreon and you can get your beautiful, beautiful name on this card right here. Oh, this is the old one. I'm sorry. It's missing Goodwill Hunting on there. I apologize. But yes, join that. You'll get on that as well and a lot of other cool perks. Check it out. You can even get yourself very own Fauci Cinema t-shirt. And you can come on an episode of Watch Until You Drop with me and Brett and hang out just like LaMantra, one of my patrons, did. So please feel free to check that out to your heart's content. Links are below to my Instagram, my Facebook page. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Keep being you, keep rocking. And you guys have what I would like to say, a scary, scary day. But also abide by these rules because if not, you're going to die.
And number 3, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
I'm getting